Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, September 3rd, and it is a brand new day. It is a glorious day. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you who have prayed for me, who have stood by my side, who have shown me love and support. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. I needed my community, my family and friends to get to where I am. My last update was a rather dark and gloomy update. I had been to MD Anderson to try and qualify for a clinical trial to clear my body of minimal residual disease, as my positive Signatera remains low, but it still remained positive. So that all began about 8 months ago. I had 3 negative Signatera tests, and in January I had my first positive, and it was low at 0.06, and for the next 8 months it trended down from 0.06 to 0.04 to 0.03, yet it remained positive. So I went to MD Anderson the first week of August to meet with an oncologist in hopes of getting into a trial that was intended to rid my body of this minimal residual disease that was quite possibly a metastasis, which would cause me to be restaged from stage 1 to stage 4. So that being said, when I went to MD Anderson in Houston on August 8th was my appointment. The following week, Dr. Morelli from MD Anderson called me and told me that the requisite CT scan showed that 2 lung nodules that we had believed were benign had grown 5 millimeters in 3 months, and that there were multiple, almost 30 new small lung nodules in both my right and left lung. There was also a small something going on in my liver. So I was asked to fly back the next week to have a lung biopsy at MD Anderson. I also met with my local oncologist here in Tucson in between that time, and he was not optimistic in any way. He believed that what we were seeing on the scans was probably widespread metastatic disease. We talked about aggressive treatment options, and I left that appointment in a tailspin. I spent the next couple of days laying in bed, paralyzed with fear. I was able to get up and get moving by the end of the week, regain some ground regarding my mental health, and then on Sunday I flew out back to Houston, and last week I had a 10-inch needle inserted into my back in between my ribs and all the way into my lungs, where they took 6 biopsies of my lung, of the largest nodule. So I have been, let me just say, I have been in a tailspin. My mental health has been in a very, very, very dark place. I would call it a nadir. I love that word. It has been the lowest point regarding my mental health in my entire life, and I have been preparing my mind for the news that I had been restaged from stage 1 to stage 4, and that I was more than likely going to die within the next 2 years. So Yesterday, Dr. Scott from the University of Arizona Cancer Center, my oncologist here in Tucson, called me, and he told me that he had my biopsy results from MD Anderson, and he told me that he had my latest Signatera test, and he told me that my biopsies were clear and non-malignant, and he told me that for the first time in 8 months that my Signatera was 0 and negative. Needless to say, I am ecstatic. I barely have the words to describe how I feel. I am so grateful. I believe that for one, I believe that God put all the right people in my life to help me get through this trial. And I believe that God put in my fingertips the right information that I needed to do the right things, to give my body the best chance that I could give it to clear the minimal residual disease that may or may not have been present. I also want to leave room in my life for the idea that this was a small miracle. In my mind, it was a great miracle. It's an unbelievable second chance at life. I can't tell you what it's like to wake up every morning for 8 months and to have the first thought pop up in your head be that you're dying and that you're going to leave your 9-year-old son behind. And I cannot tell you how hard it's been to put one foot in front of the other for 8 months, and to work out every day, and to eat right, and to stay focused, to work on my mental health, to go to yoga, to meditate, to pray, and still wake up each day and go to bed each night fearing death. Again, I am truly grateful. I am speechless. I am without words. I'm fumbling what I'm trying to say now, and I'm trying to say it in the most eloquent way that I can. And I know I'm doing a poor job, but I believe that God moved in my life. The universe moved in my life and helped me through this dark time. I kept holding on to this idea that everything in life changes and that everything in life is impermanent. And I kept hoping that what I would see and experience would be the end of this time or period of suffering. I also was aware that impermanence could have meant, in my case, the end of my life. But for now, this has been the greatest lesson that I have ever learned, that things change and everything is impermanent, and that includes times or periods in our lives where we suffer. So I want to share that message with you. Whatever you're going through, things change. Everything is impermanent, and that includes our suffering. And I also want to remind you that also means that our times of joy are also likely to change and are also likely to be impermanent. So with that knowledge, be grateful. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful for the ups and downs. When you find yourself on a roller coaster, try and remain hopeful. When you find yourself overjoyed with the blessings of life and wonderful things are happening for you, remember that they don't last forever. So cherish them. Cherish the people in your life. Cherish your children. Tell them today that you love them. Tell them how much they mean to you, because you don't know how much time you have. None of us do. Today I have my conference call, my follow-up with Dr. Morelli from MD Anderson, and I'm very eager to hear what she has to say about all of this news. I may still be asked to join a clinical trial. I don't know what her thoughts will be regarding the negative Signatera. I also have an appointment with my local oncologist here in Tucson. Today, they are going to test me for valley fever and a bunch of other different things to try and figure out what's going on with my lungs. I have some sort of lung infection, they think, and so we will see what those test results reveal. By next week, I should have the results, and I will keep you posted. All right, I woke up today, and I was almost dancing around the house. I was singing. I was smiling and laughing and playing with my dogs and giving my son a hard time. And I can't tell you how good I feel, how much weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm sitting in the parking lot of the school that I love and hold in my heart so dearly, all of the students and all of the administration and faculty. And I had been for the last 8 months just coming here and feeling sad that I didn't know how much time I had left, and that I wasn't going to get to see some of these students who mean so much to me graduate, and that I wasn't going to be able to finish out my career. And today I look at this school with a renewed hope, and I am so grateful. I am so grateful that I am here and where I'm at, and that I have an opportunity to love on these kids, these young adults. So many of them have never felt that in their lives, and I know exactly why I'm here on the earth, and it's to help people, and it's to love people, and to help them see in themselves their infinite worth, and to teach them how to love themselves, and to teach them how to go after their dreams. And so today I go to work, and I go to work grateful that I am here, and I am grateful for my life. And again, I just want to thank you all for your love and support. I wouldn't be here without you, and I will keep you updated on my next round of tests. But this is good news. I'm not in the clear until I reach the 5-year mark. I'm not out of the woods until no cancer patient is out of the woods until they reach the 5-year mark. But the first year is very important. And if all of this is true, which is hard for me to believe, then getting through this first year is critical. So with that, I want to say I love you, and I will update you soon. Have a great day.